Hi everybody, I am back with another layout. This one is called Just In Case, and it is about, we went to the fair, and one of the things that they recommended at the fair was that you take a picture of the kids that were with you with your cell phone, so that in case they got lost, or worse, if they were kidnapped or something, then you would have a photo of what they were wearing that exact day, as well as something quickly to be able to give to authorities for help. So that's what this page is actually about, kind of a different subject, but anyway, it's kind of the world we live in, so I guess we have to deal with it. Okay, so right now I'm just matting these photos. That black paper is called Love Story from Echo Park, and then I am going to use it as like just another layer of paper behind the photos. The other lines of paper that I'm going to use in here are the background paper is Traditions by Cartabella, and then I'm going to use Ring Toss by October Afternoon, and I'm also using Memories Captured by Fancy Pants. That's the Ring Toss paper right there, and I'm going to use that just as another layer as well. The Memories Captured also is the black and white stripe that just is going vertically across the page. So now I'm picking out a, I don't know, journaling spot or whatever you want to call those, from Simple Stories, the 24/7, and it says keep calm and carry a camera, which I thought was perfectly fitting for this type of layout. So I really wanted to use that on here. I also picked out a piece of vellum and used it in between the ring toss and photo mat because I was trying to calm down the ring toss one a little bit. It was pretty bright. One of the first things I had picked out for this layout was actually these letters by Heidi Swapp, and they're white. So I wanted to use them, but once I picked out the papers, then they didn't really match anymore. You wouldn't even really see the title on the background. So I decided to get out gold alcohol ink, and I took out an asterisk to test it out on that. Once I decided that it was okay with me, then I went ahead and put gold alcohol ink on the rest of the letters to use as the title for the layout. So now I have all my letters done, and I am just going to lay them out on the layout and figure out where I want the title to go. So originally I thought I would put these letters about halfway down the page, but then I decided I didn't like them on the black and white striped paper, so I'm going to move them all up to the top. And I ended up gluing these down with just regular adhesive because they weren't really, even though they're acetate, they weren't really clear or anything anymore, obviously, since I had used the gold alcohol ink on them. I wanted these letters to stand out off the page a little bit more, so I'm just outlining the edges of them all with a black Sharpie, and it's going to end up being just a thin line. Once I was done outlining all the letters, then I take out the journaling spot, and I'm trying to find a place to put it on the page. I know that I want to incorporate this into the layout just because I really like what it says and I think it applies well to the subject, but it was kind of big. I knew that I wanted my journaling to go down there at the bottom of the page, so I was kind of struggling with where to put this card where it wasn't, I don't know, just where I felt that it looked okay. So um, I eventually ended up cutting the camera off the top and making it just smaller, and then re-inking the edges. So I know I'm going to try to incorporate a little bit of a camera theme on this layout, and I knew I wanted to use that flare badge that has the camera on it. None of this is going to end up staying where it's at, but I'm also going to look through the simple stories. I'm trying to find some journaling tabs um, just to add to, I know I need to do something to the black and white stripe area. So I'm just playing around with embellishments at this point, trying to figure out what I'm going to use. I found these October afternoon labels stickers, and I decided that I'm going to use this one that has the plane on it. The blue, that's like the aqua colored blue, matches well, so I'm going to ink the edges, and then I'm going to cut the plane off. When I did that, I ended up with a little bit of the plane still on there, so I'm going to have to cover that up later, but I'll figure that out. I'm also using, figured out that I was going to put the journaling card up there at the top, and I will do a little bit of embellishment there as well. I used the film strip washi tape to put across the top of there, and I'm using a little sticker that says real life, which I felt applied well to this layout, and I'm putting that up on pop dots. I'm going to use the film strip on the embellishment to the left, and then I'm also going to start another embellishment area over on the right side with another journaling spot, and that's where I'm going to put that camera badge. I took out more label stickers and decided I was going to use another one of those in this embellishment area. I ended up going with one that is red and it says "A Day in My Life," which I felt applied to this layout well. I also tried gluing down the badge, or you'll see me try gluing down the badge with quick dry adhesive, which did not work at all. I'm guessing because it's kind of recessed a little bit. Normally I would use my hot glue gun on that, but it wasn't plugged in, so I ended up having to pull that up and glue it down a different way later. I took the top of that journaling card that had the camera on it and decided to try to fussy cut out the camera and use that in this embellishment area down here at the left, and I decided I didn't like it, so don't end up using that. Then I decided to cut out a circle of the ring toss paper and try to use that as well in that corner, and did not like that as well, so I'm playing over here trying to figure out what I'm going to do down there. While I'm thinking about what else to do in that area, then I just decided to go ahead and glue down the potty people. I also got out some sequins, and I have never used sequins on a layout, and I think they're cute and I have them, but every time I try using them so far, I have not liked it at all. So I'm going to play with them on here for a little bit and then still end up deciding I don't like them and don't use them. I found these Heidi Swapp stamps that had a camera on them, so I decided I'm going to use that. And then while I had it pulled out, I noticed that there was also a cute little stamp that had a cluster of stars on it. So I'm going to use that as well in the 3 different embellishment areas. I don't like that we create rules for ourselves and say, oh, this is what we should do. And so I kind of tried to avoid, the rules to how a layout should look or design principles and that type of thing. But I definitely ended up following the traditional 3 triangle layout or embellishment area on this layout. I stamped that camera onto a piece of vellum just so that I could see what it looked like over the label sticker, and then when I did that I decided I actually liked the way the camera looked on the vellum, so I got out my Nestabilities die and decided to cut it into a circle shape. After I was done cutting it with the die, then I inked the edges with the black soot. I like the way that vellum looks when you ink the edges of it. It's kind of a neat look. So after I was done with that, then I went ahead and put it down in that embellishment area. So at this point I decided that I wanted to do something to kind of fill in that label sticker a little bit more and just kind of add a little bit more of something to the layout. So I got out these, I guess they're almost like sequins. They're some kind of stars from Studio Calico, and decided to kind of play with those on the page, and I do decide on a couple of those in 2 of the embellishment different areas, the one here at the bottom and then the one over at the right. And then that actually pretty much sums up the layout. I did put my journaling on it, and I will show you pictures at the end. Okay, thank you so much for watching. Bye.